Before I start this rundown, I want to pay tribute to Tori Bowie, the US athlete who sadly died at the beginning of May, aged 32. Bowie was one of the best sprinters and long jumpers of her generation, winning Olympic medals, including the 4x100 metre gold at the Rio Olympics in 2016. Her crowning achievement was winning the 100 metre title at the World Championships in London in 2017, which I think was the most exciting women's 100 metres in recent times. She leaves us as a worthy champion and an athletics legend who was popular off the track amongst athletes as well as on the track with fans. Rest in peace, Tori. There have recently been a flurry of world records set, with improved shoe technologies, new road distances being recognised for record purposes, and a new generation of athletes who have quickly become the best of all time. But the sport's longest standing world records have not been touched and appear all but out of reach for the current crop and anyone who's come in between. All of these 5 were set in the 80s, and there has been some debate as to whether ancient world records should be scrubbed as question marks hang over their validity due to the prominence of doping in that era. But while there are still question marks, I must stress that none of these 5 athletes have had their world records taken away from them after any positive test, and before any legal challenges mount against my fledgling channel, I cannot prove there was any wrongdoing. Here are the top 5 ranked in reverse chronological order. Oh yeah, and before we start, please remember that liking and subscribing will not make me reveal number 1 any faster, and that it's actually probably quicker to find out from Google who number 1 is rather than me telling you, but here we are anyway. Number 5 is Natalya Lisovskaya from the USSR, and she threw the women's shot put 22.63 metres in 1987. Lovskaya has the 4 farthest throws of all time in the women's shot. All of the best distances ever by a woman were in the 1980s, and no woman has thrown further than 21 metres 60 since 1990. 21 metres 60 still being a metre down on Lovskaya's world record. In the 21st century, only 2 women have made the all-time top 25 list, and recent goddess Valerie Adams has a best of 21 metres 24, which suggests that the world record is never going to go. Funnily enough, 4th on this list is Lovskaya's husband, Yuri Siddik. Like his wife, he was also an Olympic champion, but set his hammer best the year before she set her world record in 1986. The pair moved to Paris after their retirements, and Sedykh was a coach before he passed away in 2021. The closest anyone has come to Sedykh's mark is when Koji Murafishi launched his hammer out to 84.86 in 2003, which isn't a million miles away and suggests the mark could someday go. Another record set in 1986 is the longest standing men's world record, and I think the one on the list which could most easily be beaten. Daniel Stahl has been within a metre or 3 of the world record as recently as last year, and Virginius Elechner was only 20 centimetres away in 2000. Mikolas Elechner, the son of Virginius Elechner, has been close to 70 metres himself, and at 20 could conceivably take the world record at some point, hopefully. At number 2 is Martina Koch, and this, of all the records, seems the most remote and unachievable. A sub-49 second run for the women's 400 metres would put you 12th on the list of all time. Only 2 people have ever run below 48 seconds. You don't even get relay legs that fast, and they have a running start. I don't even think Shawnee Miller-Weber could be capable, despite the fact she has been the best at this distance this century. Unfortunately, I think Koch's record could stand forever. Number 1 is Jarmila Kratochvílová of the Czechoslovakia, and she set a women's 800 metre record of 1 minute 53.28 on the 26th of July 1983. It feels odd that this record has stood the test of time, considering that legends such as Maria Matola and Pamela Gelimo have been close, as has Caster Semenya, which sparked the whole intersex athlete discussion. It's a shame that Semenya never took the world record, as it could at least have taken Kratochvílová's name off the sheet after nearly 40 years, but the fact many have been so close does suggest that it could go in the future. Potentially if Athing Mo, Mary Mora and Keely Hodgkinson can push each other all the way. For the purposes of this list, I did not include relay world records, nor those at rarely run distances. And that concludes the top 5. As ever, let me know what you think, and if any of these records could finally be broken.